Hey guys, it's Chris. I'm in Charlottetown, Pittsburgh, checking out Philip Zadina with the Halifax Mooseheads competing against the Charlottetown Islanders with this guy, and you're watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. And I don't know if you can see in the frame or not, but there's a bunch of boxes here and a bunch of envelopes here. We're going to do a mail time. We're going to film it just after this. But for this video, I'm going to go through every single NHL team and tell you my favorite player. Now, we did this video last season.
Right.
And a lot of the names on my list are the same, but there's a lot of new names as well.
Okay.
So you don't know what's on my list.
I don't.
Thought that maybe as I go through this, you could give like a thumbs up or a thumbs down or
Sure.
something like that.
I'll start here.
I'm going to start at Boston, so you might already want to put this in the preemptive position.
Well, all depends.
There's
There's one that I would thumbs up.
my favorite player off, and so, actually, sorry, I should say this. Some of these teams, I made choices because I'm making this video, and some choices I made because I actually like the player like quite a bit. I'm going to tell you what teams those are.
So you're picking some because you have to,
Yes,
not because
exactly.
you want to.
Boston's actually not one of those teams.
Oh, okay.
I really like Jake DeBrusk. He's my pick from Boston.
Okay.
Great young guy. He's a great skater. He's consistently in great scoring areas. I notice he's very smart without the puck, and that's something that not a lot of NHL players are good at. And
It's a key piece.
Yes, he's very good at it.
And it's a piece you don't often see on television because they're puck focused all the time.
Detroit. It was Zetterberg for the longest time, and it still probably technically is, but now that he's kind of coming to the end of his career, I want to pass the torch a little bit to Thomas Tatar. Really like him. He can play both wings. He's fast, and he can usually put up 40 to 50 points a season. This season, not the greatest example, but usually he's pretty consistent. Montreal, want to take any guesses?
I hope you're going to say Nicolas Deslauriers right now.
I am going to say Nicolas Deslauriers, yes.
2 thumbs up.
He gives 100% every single shift. He can fight. He can score. For a big guy, he's fast. He can kind of do it all. He's a power forward he's turned into in Montreal, and I don't understand it, but he is, and I appreciate it. He gives 100% every single shift, unlike 95% of the rest of the team. So
That's about it.
it's nice to see, yeah.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Lightning, Brayden Point.
Okay.
The same, he was on my list last year too. He's fast, he's versatile, he has huge potential. Like they can throw him on the power play, they can throw him on the penalty kill. There's a draw on the defensive end that they need to win. Throw him out. He's trustworthy. He's going to be great for that team.
Cool.
Buffalo. This is a team that I made a choice because I had to make a choice.
Yeah.
There's no one on Buffalo that I'm really like.
You're not failing.
I'm not excited.
Yeah.
But I chose Rasmus Ristolainen. He's Finnish. Okay. He's very talented defensively and offensively. He can throw the body. He's fast. That's
cool.
my choice. Florida, Aaron Ekblad. This is the same as last year. One of my favorite players in the league. He's just such a great leader and defensively stable. He'll hit, he'll fight, and he'll do all that stuff. So I like his entire game. Yeah. Ottawa, Derick Brassard. I really liked him when he played for the Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the few players of the Rangers that I did like. And he's usually pretty defensively reliable. Good two-way player. Whenever I'm watching Ottawa, I'm watching Derick Brassard for sure.
Cool.
Toronto. Last year was Marner. And Marner's so inconsistent that I just couldn't have him on my list anymore. Nylander. The more I watch Nylander, the more I love the kid. He's such a playmaker, kind of just like his dad. And it was Michael Nylander, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's so smart with the puck. There are some players in the NHL who can stick handle great and look at the puck and stick handle great without looking at the puck. There's not a lot of players who can do it without looking at the puck. Patrick Kane can, Johnny Gaudreau can, Jonathan Drouin can. William Nylander is one of those players who, most players can stick handle without the puck, but I'm talking like serious skill of stick handling. He's one of those players. He doesn't have to look at the puck. He has the feel in his stick. I like it. So
neat.
That's the Atlantic Division. Carolina, Sebastian Aho, one of my favorite players in the league. He was on my list last year. Mm-hmm. Incredibly fast, incredibly skilled. He's a smaller guy. I like to cheer for smaller guys because when I played hockey, I was a smaller guy. So, I like the underdog. New Jersey Devils, Pavel Zeca. Got to see him play
You
earlier
like
this
Zeca,
year.
yeah.
And before the game, I said Pavel Zeca's going to score a goal.
And boom.
Boom, scored a goal. Actually scored 2, I think. Yeah, it was a great game. Really like him a lot. I feel like he's a bit underutilized in New Jersey right now. Not so much at the beginning of the year, but right now. So I'm a little disappointed in that, but hopefully he grows with the team and matures, and the team matures as well.
Cool.
The Rangers, Jesper Fast, as the name suggests, he's a pretty fast skater. He's a very strong skater. He can make a lot of offensive plays and also a lot of important defensive plays. He's a great two-way player. Mm-hmm. So whenever I'm watching the Rangers, I'm always watching him.
Cool.
Pittsburgh, Connor Sherry, again a small player but with a ton of skill. Could you say that Pittsburgh would have won the Stanley Cup without this kid? I mean, he was an integral part of their whole system in Pittsburgh for that cup when playing alongside Crosby. So I really like him a lot. Columbus, Matt Calvert. Have you ever seen any Calvert interviews off ice?
I have not.
He's a funny guy. He's a real funny guy. There's a few other players on this list too that are real funny guys.
Personality.
So I appreciate personality a lot.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy. He's consistent. Foligno, a very close second. If you get the chance on the Columbus YouTube channel, Foligno does a series where he drives around with other players in his car and just talk. They just talk.
Hockey players in cars getting coffee
Basically,
kind of thing.
yeah, and it's funny. You should check it out.
Excuse me.
Okay, where was I?
You were at Columbus.
Right, the Islanders. John Tavares. I've been a fan of John Tavares since he entered the league in 2010. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. Yeah, it was 2010. And there's nothing bad to say about John Tavares.
No, he's everything.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Philadelphia. Wayne Simmons.
Yeah.
Tough, can score, can skate.
Not a surprise because you've talked about him before.
Yeah,
and I like him.
He can
too.
do everything. I really like him a lot.
A lot of spirit.
Washington, Ovechkin. Back when Justin and I were attending college in the mid 2000s, Crosby came into the league around the same time, or basically the same time as
Same
Ovechkin.
time.
Justin chose Crosby just to be different. I kind of chose Ovechkin, and because of that, I watched him more and more. And yeah, he's one of my favorite players in the league. I really like Ovechkin, mainly for his personality. Mm-hmm. He's so unique. He can be funny. He can be like cocky, but in a funny way.
And he's got some soul too. I don't know if you saw the story, but I did at the All-Star game when they were doing photography and players together at the All-Star game. He stopped everything and he went and he got all the trainers.
Oh yes,
and all the equipment people who were also there and said, "Come on, guys, you're going to get your picture done too." And you would normally miss that with all the players and all the superstars and millionaires all around. He took it upon himself to make sure they got in a photo of theirs.
That's very important. Yeah, that's
cool. I didn't know that about him, but I really like that story.
Yeah, he's a very involved guy in the community and stuff too.
Yeah,
around Washington.
Just fantastic.
Cool. Chicago. Any guesses here? You probably won't be able to guess. This is one of those teams that I kind of struggled for, but I was looking down the list. I'm like, oh man, yeah, Tommy Wingles. Used to play for San Jose. Used to watch Wingles all the time when he played for San Jose.
Ottawa too, right?
Yeah, he went to Ottawa for a year. Then he went to somewhere else, and he's back in. He went back to San Jose, and then now he's in Chicago. And
I always wanted him to play with Dzingel.
Wingles
and Dzingel. I just think that'd be so cool to say on TV. But anyway,
it would. He can play both wings too. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Dallas, Jamie Benn. Just another one of those guys that can do everything, fight, score. He's a great leader. Mm-hmm. Can do everything. So really like Jamie Benn.
Cool.
Nashville. This was a tie, actually.
Ooh, oh, really?
I couldn't choose one. Because it used to be Forsberg, and then the more I watch Forsberg, the more I kind of see he's a bit of a defensive liability quite a bit. So I decided to pay a little bit more attention to Arvidsson and Fiala this year. Mm-hmm. And because I decided to watch those two, they've just kind of grown into my favorite players.
It's nice to see Fiala now that he's healthy, because we lost him so early in the playoffs last year. Didn't get to really see him at a time when I was watching most of my hockey, which was in the playoffs, and of course they went all the way to the finals.
I noticed how you said "we" there, as in the Nashville Predators. So it was very clear who you were cheering for.
Ooh, did I let that slip? Yeah,
said,
well, it's true. Yeah.
They're both first talk. Both left wingers. Mm-hmm. I play left wing, so I always pay a little bit more attention to left wingers than I do any other position. Both can score, both can pass. Great two-way players. Mm-hmm. Winnipeg, Mark Scheifele.
Okay.
He's just a fan of hockey. He's obsessed with hockey. This is a guy who plays a game, goes home and watches all the highlights. Or if he's not playing the day, he'll sit down and watch hockey. Like, he loves hockey.
He's a big fan.
Yeah.
And just
obsessed.
Celebrates the entire sport.
And he's an amazing player.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
Good leader, too. Yeah. Colorado, Nathan Mackinnon.
Yep.
He's really funny if you've ever seen him in the Trailer Park Boys or any kind of Tim Hortons commercials or anything like that. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He grew up close to us.
That's right.
Not too far away.
Yeah.
And an incredible player. I mean, he's kind of like John Tavares. You can't say enough good things about him.
And half of Prince Edward Island is McKinnon, so I'd be surprised if we didn't have a lot of relatives.
That's true,
there.
Yeah. Minnesota, Mikko Koivu. Saku's brother. Ever since Saku left the league, he was my favorite player. Mm-hmm. Kind of paid more attention to his brother, Mikko. Great leader. Great two-way player. One of the best two-way players in the league. Probably right behind Bergeron.
He's a pretty big guy, too. Right? Saku wasn't that huge, but I thought Mikko... I've never seen them side by side. Or if I did, taller, I don't remember.
He's like 6'1" or something like that, at least.
I was in Ottawa to watch an Ottawa-Minnesota game not quite 2 years ago, and he was warming up. Right, I was only like 3 or 4 rows back, and he was warming up and standing there, and he's like, "You're a big dude." Anyway,
yeah,
that's all I got to reference.
St. Louis, take a guess.
Parayko.
No, Jake Allen. Come on.
Oh yeah,
he's my favorite hockey player in the league right now, Jake Allen. Born in Fredericton, super nice guy, and a great goalie. Bit inconsistent. He's got some confidence issues, but love him.
Okay.
Moving on to the Pacific, Anaheim, Rickard Rakell, one of the most underrated.
Same as last year. I remember him.
Same as last year. Yeah. One of my favorite players in the league. One of the most underrated goal scorers. He's just a pure goal scorer. I love him to death. Mm-hmm. Calgary, Johnny Gaudreau. He's on the back of the shirt. Another small guy who can stick handle like crazy. He's small. He's fast. I like him a lot. Los Angeles Kings, Anze Kopitar wears my number 11. He was probably one of my favorite players for the longest time. Still is. Great two-way player, and he reminds me of Kovalev in a way, where he's such an amazing player when he wants to be. Like there's times when Kovalev would just not try, but still be good, but not try. Yeah. And then when he did try, you're like, oh wow. Yeah. I feel like Kopitar is kind of like that.
Kovalev was a bit of a drama king. That time he got slashed, and the glove comes off, and he's doing this, and the other team scores the winning goal, and along with the half blinding of Saku Koivu, that kind of turned the whole thing, didn't it?
Yep.
I will keep bringing that up and driving you crazy with it.
No, it's okay. I'm just as frustrated too. Vancouver, Brock Besser, another one of those pure goal scorers. There hasn't been a player on Vancouver that has been exciting to watch this year as Brock Besser.
He's got a great backstory.
He does have a
hugely great. We should probably do a talk about
I have a feeling we'll be talking lots about Brock Besser in the next couple of months.
Yeah, right on.
Arizona. This is kind of one of those teams where I made a decision because I had to.
Keller?
No, Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Oh yeah,
incredible Swedish player, great skater. He can hit. He's good.
Cool.
Edmonton, Patrick Maroon. Really like Patrick Maroon. I think he's really funny off the ice. I love seeing interviews with him. Big, strong. He can fight. He's a little slow, but I like him.
Being a little slow never hurt anybody.
San Jose. Used to be Marlowe.
Yeah. You got me.
Pickles.
Oh, Vlasic.
Mark-Edward Vlasic, yeah. I like him a lot. Very underrated, great two-way defenseman. And I have a feeling that if there was an Olympic roster involving NHL players, that he would likely be on the Canadian team. And last but not least, the Vegas Golden Knights. Predictions?
Oh, man.
Very quickly becoming one of my favorite players in the league, let alone on this list.
There's so many to like. They're all doing so well. You don't have many goalies.
I only had one goalie. It's not a goalie.
Not a goalie. You got me.
William Carlson. I thought he was underused in Columbus when he was there. Mm-hmm. Came to Vegas. They put him in a top 6 role. Boom.
There he is.
Absolutely incredible. He is destroying right now. He's just amazing. Like, responsible, can score, he can pass, everything. Really, really like William Carlson's game.
Neat.
He's my favorite player off the Vegas Golden Knights. That's my list.
That's a good list. I don't have a problem with any of them.
Yeah, there's no thumbs down.
No thumbs down. Right. And I probably would have, I would have picked slightly different people in some of the teams, but for all kinds of different reasons, too.
That's right.
I don't follow their stats. I don't watch nearly as much hockey as you do. I have the sports recap in the morning, and I'll watch a few things. I spend more time on the weekends, because that's when I have more time, but being a working stiff, I can't stay up late and watch hockey. Even East Coast games, they go till 10:30, 11 at night.
Yeah,
I'm gone.
It's hard on the East Coast to watch West Coast games.
It really is.
It's like impossible. Even I like to stay up late. I'm a night hawk, And even then, games are getting over at 2 a.m., 2:30 in the morning. So it's like,
Yeah.
holy crap. Yeah, anyways, okay.
Nice.
Thanks for joining me for this video. Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
guys for watching. Stick around for mail time coming, I think, very soon to you guys.
I won't rub my hands together because you don't like
Yeah,
that.
don't do that. I don't like that. So thanks guys for watching. Appreciate it. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new here, hope you can hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you in the next one. Adios.